Hello, and welcome to a brief overview of CARA's AI capabilities in the context of quality. I'll begin here in this demo environment, which lays out different document categories to facilitate the showcase of the AI assistant. I'm currently in the SOPs tag, which has 4 different SOP records inside of it. From here, I can select version 1 and version 2 of these authoring SOPs, open up the context menu by right-clicking, and then click on the Open an AI Assistant button. I can conduct a quick comparison of the two using a prompt such as, please show the differences in the two versions of the SOPs with changes in the table and a summary at the end. I'll see here the output is indeed a table with a list of changes and a summary at the end. Now I'll come to another environment where I'll further discuss some AI capabilities in the context of quality. Under my quality events view, which I'm currently in, which resides under the QMS workspace, I can see 5 different quality events, one of which is in Polish. Opening up the properties here, the description is regarding a demo for AI that was conducted. What I might want to do from here is see whether or not there are any similar quality events. So what I'll do is I'll copy the quality event ID, and then I'll select all of them to use for my search. I'll open an AI assistant and write out a prompt such as, is quality event number 3 similar to any of the other quality events? What it'll do is find similar quality events and provide a description as to how they are similar. At the bottom, I can see context. This is the LLM's way of showing exactly which records in the system were used for this answer. From here, for this AI looks pretty good one, I can simply click on properties and that'll open it up from there. In addition, I could choose to navigate to that document, and in the background that'll take me directly to that particular quality event. Returning once more to my previous demo environment, from here I can show some document generation capabilities in the context of a global SOP. For that, I'll come to these translations view right here, and here I can see a global SOP for security. Quickly previewing this, there is a defined structure, content, and also a hyperlinked table of contents. What that means is I can navigate to Generis office location simply by clicking on that item, and I can see here some placeholder text at the level of this global SOP. It says to replace with local office information, which is something we want to populate when we create local SOPs from this global one. So if I want to create a local SOP from here, I can use the corresponding Create Local SOPs button. And what we've done is hide the AI behind this button. Upon selecting which particular location we want, this will run a prompt in the background without the user having to manually write it out. Of course, the efficacy of the LLM will depend on how thorough of a prompt is written. And that being said, aside from time saving, having a well-written prompt hidden behind a button will also ensure that end users always get the best results. In this case, I would select a particular office location and language that I want the SOP in, together with the site information. I'd click on Start, and that would be completed as a background task. However, I have an example that I previously made. I can see here for this Polish office, if I preview this, the content has been translated, maintaining the same exact structure. And now, in fact, if I navigate to the office locations, which was section 513.1, I can see that the placeholder text has now been replaced with the corresponding information for this location.